Good, Mason here, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down the secret bulletproof funnel that we're using to absolutely print with info for all of our clients in the agency and even for my own offer too. The biggest guys in the space, like Brez, are using this exact boring opt-in funnel to print millions, and last month alone, this exact system generated $92,840 for just one offer that we're working on, and I'm about to expose the entire thing. We've adapted upon it to make it even better and stronger and convert at a way higher level. So let's get into it. Everyone else is obsessed with fancy VSL funnels and webinars and all this fancy stuff going around. The real money right now is in these free training funnels. The top 1% are running quietly in the background and you don't even know about it. See, I'm not the guru in the front end of the ads or the TikToks. I'm the guy behind the scenes. I build the back end, the automations, the sales systems, the machine that prints for coaches, creators, and consultants within this kind of info space, right? And you can see me right here and some of the random results that I've generated and some of my students, clients have generated too. You probably think that free communities, free trainings just attract broke people, right? Unqualified leads. You need a massive audience for this to work, or maybe you think it's just way too complex to even set up. In this video, right about now, I'm going to kill all three objections and walk you through the exact funnel the big players are using right now, step by step, and show you exactly how you can implement it from day one. So, firstly, I want to explain to you, why does this funnel even dominate? Because most people miss the whole system. They send traffic to a VSL, they collect an email maybe, and they maybe send a few follow-ups, then they just give up, right? Very, very simple, like that. They're getting all this traffic, but they've got so much wasted potential, because they send all of it to a video like this, without even knowing who they are. They maybe capture them with a few emails like this, if they've got their email address, which is going to be a whole thing on its own. And then, even if they get to the end of it, they actually go through the full sales sequence, they end up speaking to broke, unqualified leads, because there's no real system in place to check that. One touch point, one chance, and if they don't convert, they're gone. That's it. You've got no other chances. This funnel that we're using hits them from every single angle. Email, SMS, calls, community messages, live classes, everything. And it's not just kind of one funnel. It's a full conversion ecosystem that we're leveraging to close crazy deals for the offers that we're working with. And here's exactly what it looks like, right? You've got the traffic coming into the opt-in page, which has sort of an image, a CTA, and a headline. On that page, we have a pop-up form, which just has full name, email, phone number, and the CTA. Then we've got the VSL and application page, the calendar page, the call confirmation page, and the sales call. On a basic level, that is pretty much it, right? Other than our conversion mechanisms in between. So if they apply but they don't book a call, we have calls going out there, automated SMS, manual SMS, we have a whole email sequence. We have Hammer Them ads going out there too, shout out to Jeremy Hearns. And the whole thing goes again. After you've booked a call, before you jump on the actual sales call, again, you're seeing more and more ads handling on your objections, pre-selling you, you're getting a dial, you're getting texts, you're getting emails, everything to make sure you show up to that call ready to buy. But one extra thing that this funnel has that we've implemented that most people don't is this system right here. So not only are we treating it like the funnel it is, as you can see up here, this small section here is what turns it into an actual ecosystem. Because when they opt in, they don't just get sent to a page and then maybe receive a few emails. They also join our free community and our free ecosystem. So whether it's on School, WAP, Discord, wherever it's hosted, they get access to a free course, free calls. They receive an auto DM and auto message within the platform from myself or the creator coach we're working with. They get dialed from the team. They get an auto SMS or WhatsApp message, and they get emails too. There's so much stuff in the ecosystem hammering them from the minute they give us their details. And I'm going to be breaking this down, right? So like I said, traffic hits the opt-in page, they join, and then we attract from every front. Most funnels, you're looking at like kind of 2 to 5% conversion from traffic to call, but this gets 15 to 20% plus, because we don't just give up after one touch point and think, I wasn't a good lead anyway. The biggest coaches are using this exact structure because it works. Very, very simply, it works, it kills it. Now, let me break down the complete system for you so you can implement it right now for you, your clients, your offers that you're working on, whatever it may be. So the free community positioning, this isn't just an opt-in page, a capture page. It's positioned as a complete free community and course. So free course and community, usually $97 per month, but now free for a limited time. We're making people want to jump in. People don't just want another bullshit lead magnet. They want access to a community with ongoing value. Something that feels premium, exclusive, not just something that anybody can get in. The opt-in's only job, really, is to sell them on that and then grab their name, their email, and their phone number. But once we've got that information, that's when the nurture kicks in. We're hitting them with emails, texts, calls, everything. We're doing all of this across a very, very simple setup, right? Most of ours, we just running Go high level. You can build the funnel. You can set up pretty much everything back to front within it. But you set up a very simple landing page on high level, on ClickFunnels, or on Framer. There's a few other ones. You can use Perspective. You can use whatever you want, right? But these are kind of what you're going to be using on a most basic level. And you can create an opt-in page, very, very simple like this. And then once they click the button, you need to open a form where you can actually collect their details. And that's pretty much it. Once they go ahead and fill in their details and opt in, they then get access to the free training. So the job of this page is to nurture and deliver what we promised and point them to step 1. And that's the goal. So in here, we've got, as you can see at the top, congrats, we're sending access to your email, start the free training below. Then we've got the headline, learn how we install AI and data-driven info systems and make $174,210 in 32 days, right? You're in, here's your free course and community, as you can see. And then also we've got the typeform here, CTA application, join the community, get instant access, and then obviously the actual qualification stage too. So for the application, we use typeform. You can use Tally, you can use whatever, but at the end of the day, we just need some sort of form service, and typeform is the best for that. It's a 1 question at a time form that feels light for the lead, but lets you grab all the serious info you need without scaring them off. So what do we actually ask in these typeform forms when dealing in the kind of free community funnel, if you like? We want to know their current situation. Where are you right now with niche, right? Where are you right now with dropshipping? Where are you right now with sales? Target outcome. What would a win in the next 90 days look like for that prospect who's filling in the form? Timeline. How fast do they want to fix whatever problem they've got? And how fast do they want to get to the outcome, right? What timeline are they looking at? Budget range. What can they invest pretty much? How much money have they got right now to actually solve this problem and make that change? And then context, anything else you should know, asking more niche questions, things that are related to the offer, whatever else. And it's pretty sick because we've already captured their name, email, and phone number in the original opt-in. We aren't really too scared here if someone doesn't come all the way through the form, because if they don't, we've already got their details, so we can still be hitting them up, calling them, texting them, emailing them, putting them into the entire ecosystem and keeping them there until they complete that type form, jump on a call, and hopefully buy the offer. And then obviously at the bottom as well, we have case studies, wins, testimonials, showing that the offer, the system actually works and it's worked for people in their exact shoes before. That's the whole goal. Once you've done that as a prospect, once you've had some value, we're going to show you the call page because you fill in the application. Now all we need to do is get you to book a call, right? You've watched the VSL, which is what this video is right here. It's a free training that they've opted in for, but at the end of the day, it's a VSL. The goal of this is to sell them. And you can literally go and watch mine if you want to. The link is below. And it is a super valuable free training video. And it is going to explain and show you exactly how we install AI and driven info systems and make 174K in 32 days. So it's a very, very valuable video. But the goal of that video is to give you value, then hopefully pitch you on the idea of working with me one-on-one and showing you all the value that you're going to get within that. And showing you kind of the difference between working with me and working with the other guys in the space. Because I don't run some bullshit group program, right? I work one-on-one with everybody. I give you all my SOPs, install all my systems for you, and really get hands-on. And that's the whole point of this. And I'm kind of giving you a sneak peek at that in the video. And that's what you need to be doing. So by the way, while we're here, if you do want to go watch it, click the link below. And if you do want to work with me one-on-one, you can check that out too. But anyway, like I say, once you've watched it, once you've had the value, and you fill in the application if you want to, you can then have the opportunity to book a call with me if you are qualified, right? Book a call and have the chance to work with me one-on-one and everything like that. And that should be the same for pretty much any offer, any system that uses this funnel. This is where warm people stick their hand up and say, help me do this properly. That's the goal. So if your application gets approved, if you're qualified, we need you to go ahead and book a call. So I've got a video here, which most people don't do. So I've got an approval bar, your application has been approved. I've then got the urgency line. Important, if you don't book a call, you've just completely wasted your time to make people realize they need to book a call. They went through all this time to watch the video, fill in the application, everything. So if they don't book a call, what was the point in all of it, right? So we're pushing them to book that call. And I've got a 1 minute, 22-second video here going over the same exact thing, right? And I'm explaining what happens on the call, reminds them why they applied, and tells them to book a time right now. Calendar embed, choose date and time. Very, very simply, just book a call right here, right now. If you can't find a time that works, click here, fallback link. That's it. And it clicks this and it asks them to suggest a time in a form so that my team can reach out to them and get them booked in just in case we don't have a good time for them. We don't want to miss out on leads just because we don't have the right availability in the calendar. And that's a good tip for you that you should be implementing. Don't just rely on having gaps in the calendar because people, don't always do that. It's not always the case. They're not going to just find a time in the space that works for them if they're at work, if they're at college, whatever might be the case. So you have to work around them because at the end of the day, you're the one selling, right? Make it easy for them to buy. Once they actually book a call, if they do, we hit them with a confirmation page that makes them actually show up. And that's what we want. So this is where we pre-sell the call and crush absolutely any doubts that they may have completely. At the top, you've got a congratulations bar, letting them know the call is successfully booked and they're good to go ahead. Urgent line, making sure they complete all the next steps that we're going to be taking them through in this page. Then we've got the short, you're booked video, a pre-call VSL if you like, which goes over what to expect, why the call matters, some kind of wins and things like that. Everything they need to know really going into the call. Underneath, as you can see, step 2, a few common questions answered. It's pretty much just FAQs, answering any simple question for the call, handling objections, telling them everything they need to know. There's a lot more of these, but I didn't want to do a super long screenshot. But as you can see, what happens next is this actually one-on-one, and I go on to answer some more too. And at the end, by the way, I haven't included it in here, but at the end, there is another section too with some more wins, case studies and things that they can put their time into watching to build their trust and pre-sell them, handle objections before getting on that call with me or my team. And it should be the same for you. And it's also the same for any offers that we run. We have our clients set up the exact same funnel. Now, by the way, this isn't some random mock-up. This is literally my free training funnel you're looking at, like I mentioned. So if you are interested in the info space and want to learn how to partner up with coaches, creators, consultants to print 100K per month behind the scenes, the link to that free training is in the description below, and you can go check it out right now, right? Very, very simple. And if you are a coach, creator, consultant yourself, you can check the link below as well and work with me, have us handle all your systems done for you completely. So let's get into it. Once they go through this entire funnel, like I said, that is just kind of the top of the iceberg, right? The top of the ecosystem. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes because we aren't just giving them access to a free training video. We're also giving them access to a free course structure that's going to be pushing them towards that sale long term, just in case they don't make that decision to purchase right now on the funnel. And that's where most guys are missing out with these normal opt-in funnels, the normal VSL funnels. You only have really one opportunity. We don't with this system. So at the most simple level, at a minimum, right, an MVP version of this course, you want 4 modules that give massive value, but leave all the prospects wanting more. So module 1 is the problem. Why do current methods fail in whatever you're doing in the market you're in? Module 2 is the framework. So what is your unique mechanism? What is your system? Pretty much just giving all the value and helping them do what they want to do, right? Which is the reason they've came into this in the first place. Module 3 is some sort of proof. Case studies, results, wins, talking through how different people have went from X to Y. And then module 4 is the implementation, right? What to do next. And you can include, more of a stronger CTA here at the end. Every module and every lesson has CTAs in the description. Every video ends with a soft pitch, letting them know, right, we have this thing available. We're not hiding that we want them to take the next step. And that's the goal. You don't have subtle CTAs. So when people feel ready, they can make that decision and jump in, book a call, and get involved with your offer, right? So the multi-touch attack system that we use, that I want to sort of speak over here and give you a little bit of advice on, is this. The speed dial, we call every person within 5 to 10 minutes maximum of joining when we're using this funnel for my offer, for any of my clients' offers that we run. We have the exact same system in place and a big team in place to handle all the leads. So everybody that comes in, opts in, joins, we want them called fast. Not hours, not days, minutes. And the script for that goes something a little like this, right? Hi name, this is set a name. You just joined our free community about whatever. I wanted to make sure you got access and see if you had any questions about your situation, see if we can send you over some more resources, things like that. Then we qualify on the spot. If they're good, if they're qualified, they're good to go. We set them immediately on a call with the closer, hopefully to get that close in and sell the offer. We also have an email nurture sequence that goes out and attacks them from day one. A 5-day at a minimum automated sequence that builds trust, handles objections, and at the end of the day, pre-sells, gets them ready. Email 1, we've got welcome, access, and expectations. So it looks something a little bit like this. You're in, here's your access and next steps. We don't want them to sit and binge it like Netflix, right? Hey, you're in, here's the invite to the free community and course. Don't treat this like another free lead magnet. Over the next 5 days, I'm going to walk you through the same system we use with clients to get consistent clients and revenue, and the goal is simple. And it goes over the goals, it tells them where to start, and it sort of just talks about the whole idea of everything, and also has a PS here. And if you're already like, fuck it, I want the X system, it tells them they can already skip the line and book a call, right? So we're already giving them a very soft CTA of like, if you want to skip this and work with me one-on-one, here you go. We're giving them the opportunity to, but we're not trying to hard sell them on it. Then we have email 2, in a case study email, how name went from X to Y in time frame. And it's going over not only the actual case study result, but how they got there, some value around it, what the actual end result was, talking about the kind of module that helped them solve this problem, and then again, having that subtle CTA, which you're going to see consistently across all these emails. Number 3, objection handling. 3 reasons people never get results with niche, market, offer, whatever it is. Let's kill the big 3 stories that keep most people stuck in niche, whatever it is you're working on. I don't have enough time. And basically all these are, of course, is just handling objections. Giving them a task for today and letting them know they're one decision away. Email 4, social proof and urgency. 3 real people who use this and actually won. And we're introducing more case studies, right? Same process, different people, different situations. And again, we're including a CTA, explaining everything here, and obviously actually having the link to the CTA here as well. Email 5, final call, last email about program name. You grab free thing because you want to get to the main goal. And then we have kind of a 2-path scenario, the matrix, right? Red pill, blue pill, keep going solo or get help. And we've given the CTA link too. If you want me, by the way, to send over the copy for these emails to help you get an idea of what emails you can send out when using this funnel, just DM me on Instagram with emails, and I'll send over a doc with all these scripts in that you can take and use for your own offer, your client's offers. Now, let's move on. Each email provides value and pushes towards booking a call. We also have SMS or WhatsApp layered on top of the emails as well. And these look like this. Firstly, the same in the emails, access and expectations. The goal is to confirm that they got the free thing, whatever the free thing is that we gave them, and we're going to be setting expectations. Hey, Josh, it's Mason, just sent you the free training on, starting in the info space. Did you get the link okay? Or, yo, Josh, Mason here, you're in for the free training, right? Start with less than 1 a day, and it's going to show you exactly how to sign your first client. Shout me if the link doesn't work. Right, pretty simple. There's 2 examples that you can use starting today. Biggest challenge. Goal is to start a real conversation about their situation. We don't want to just be announcing things, broadcasting to them. We actually want to make this into a real conversation and chat back and forth and help them at the end of the day. Quick one, Josh. What's the main thing you're stuck on with landing your first client right now? I want to send you the most relevant value, whatever. On a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you with your niche result? So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you with your outreach right now? Try to land your first client, brother. Reply with a number, I'm curious. Number 3, questions and next steps. The goal here is to nudge them back to the training and leave kind of the open door for a call to get them back in and sell them in the future. Have you had a chance to go through the free training yet, Josh? Any questions come up for you, anything you're wondering? If you could fix one thing in your niche, so if you could fix one thing with your outreach in the next 30 days, what would it be? I'm asking so I can point you to the right part of the training or send over some extra resources. Can you see how this can be beneficial to initiate a conversation and set people on calls and ideally sell them on your offer? It's going to be a lot more useful. I'm going to get you a lot more results than just letting them dump into a group and go watch the videos themselves. You're pushing them to that goal and you're helping them get there. And you've also got an optional follow-up if they reply with a real problem. Makes sense. There's a section on that in Module X, right? If you want, we can also jump on a quick call and map it out properly. Here's the link. Or you can even just get them to book in with you, ask what time works best for them, give them a few options and book them in. Either way. And if you want, again, these exact SMS templates here in a document, just text me with SMS on Instagram, send it over in a DM, and I'll send you these in a Google Doc too. Next, we've got the community message. So when they join, an automated message is sent in the support chat. You can set this up automatically in School, in WAP, in all these different platforms, but I mainly use WAP, and we're going to use that as the example today. So as soon as they opt in, Obviously, yes, they join the funnel, they get access to everything, but they also actually get invited to the free community. Because not only we're giving them the free training, we're giving them the free course, the free group, everything. And when they join that, they get an automated message within the app. So, welcome, Josh, right? Welcome, name. What's your biggest challenge with outreach, or what's your biggest challenge with info right now? I might have a specific resource that could help, and I'll send it over based on your situation. Again, the aim here is to initiate a conversation, and then the setter or the dialer, whoever it is you're working with, is either going to call them up or just text them, carrying on the conversation from there. The weekly live value is the thing that we sprinkle on top of that. So inside the WAP, the school, whatever it is, we send them an auto DM. So we initiate that conversation to speak to them. We also give them access to all of the course material that's subtly selling them, giving them value, and it's got links to book a call everywhere. On top of that, we're hammering in weekly live sessions, bi-weekly, or even monthly live sessions within the free community. Literal Q&A format, hot seat format, pure value, but again, with strategic CTAs. And something that's really good, you can use Google Meet, Zoom for this or whatever if you want. But one thing I found pretty cool for some of the offers that we're working on is just doing a WAP live stream, jumping on, having people ask questions in the chat, and then when they've got a good question, bring them up. You can bring them up into the call so they can actually speak to you back and forth and ask. And then other people can ask them questions and give feedback in the chat. It's a really cool way to do it, especially with free groups. You could do that, like I say, every week, every 2 weeks, maybe even every month. And that'll be fire. And it does a lot. And obviously, you're going to sprinkle in the strategic CTAs, like I said. So someone's going to ask you a question, you're going to answer it, give them a kind of a little bit of value. But then you can also say things like, this is something we dive deep into in our premium program, in our high ticket offer. But here's the quick version. And then you give them an answer. I can't run you through a full game plan on the live call here, but I'll show you the exact steps we use with clients so you can see how it works. And again, you're kind of doing it in more of a case study way, subtly pushing them towards your main offer. Yeah, for sure, bro. What I'm going to show you here is kind of the top layer, the top of the iceberg. But when people join our main offer, we go way deeper on this. But you'll still be able to use this version to help you get those initial results. In the paid program, we go into the details and examples for this. But today, I'll just give you the simple framework and break down exactly how I do it for you in your situation right now. So again, you're giving them the value. You're making people happy they showed up and want to show up more in these calls. But you're always giving them subtle CTAs to well, if you want the real answer to that, here's how you get it, you join this thing, you book a call, you apply, whatever it might be, but you're still giving value by leveraging strategic CTAs. End as well with a strong CTA to book a call. You go through the whole thing with subtle CTAs, but at the end you need to end with a strong call to action, the same way you would in a YouTube video or something like that, to get them to book a call. This gives us weekly or bi-weekly shots at everybody who didn't already convert from other touch points, and we're going to convert a lot from that, right? Next, you've got the backend infrastructure. Everything is automated because we're not just doing it on the service level. We're actually dialing in the backend too. And that's all done through CRM systems and the whole infrastructure. When somebody joins, the dialer gets notified immediately and they pop up in the pipeline. The email sequence begins. The SMS sequence and flows begin. The auto DM fires and all the leads get tagged, tracked, and moved through the pipelines automatically. So in high level or closed CRM or whatever you're using for a CRM, all the systems initiate on day one as soon as they joined. If the lead is qualified, the goal is to get them booked on with a closer and close them. Very, very simple. If the lead is unqualified, the goal is to downsell them or just nurture further or kind of a mixture of both either way to eventually get them to the main goal of closing them, of course. We see exactly here in the CRM, the joins, the calls made, the calls answered, the calls booked, shows, sales, everything. And that means that we can make data-driven decisions, which most people in this info space aren't doing. They're just trying, getting lucky or unlucky. If something's broken, we know it from the data and we fix it. If something's working, we know it from the data and we scale it. And that's what you should be doing and implementing too. Why does this work? So many different reasons. Touchpoint multiplication. It feels like premium access, not just another lead magnet, some bullshit PDF guide. Value positioning. Instead of one email, they can get hit from 5 different angles. Speed to contact. Calling within minutes, while intent is the absolute highest it ever is. Community psychology. People want to belong, not just be another consumer, another guy in the pit, right? Continuous opportunities. Weekly live sessions or bi-weekly live sessions give multiple conversion chances all while building respect and delivering value instead of just begging people to buy. The biggest and most successful coaches in the space use this exact system because it maximizes every single lead. Nothing falls through the cracks at all because of the entire ecosystem you've got set up in place. How do you, just watching this video, right, a randomer, maybe you're killing it, maybe you're not. How do you personally build and set up this system? I'm going to give you a very brief breakdown here, and I'm going to explain it within a timeline. Now, you can obviously speed this timeline up if you're a fucking hard worker, but at a minimum, this is how long it should be taking you. Week 1, I want you to go ahead and build the assets, the community, the course, the emails. So firstly, pick a platform. Are you using WAP or are you using Discord? Maybe even something like School. But honestly for this, depending on your audience, I would stay away from that. WAP would be my best choice here. Then I want you to outline the 4 modules like I mentioned earlier. The problem, why what they're doing is broken. The framework, what is your method, the way that you do it in 3 to 5 kind of steps or lessons. Proof, case studies, wins, examples, how these other people did what you want to do pretty much. And then the implementation. What to focus on in the first 30 days, how to get started and how to get moving. That's the course modules. How do you actually come up with your modules? The journey. I need you to break down and write down the entire journey to go from kind of 0 to goal within your market, in your space. 0 to first win, quick win, to bigger win, to final goal. Those sort of 3 to 4 stages are your modules. And the way you do that is with a brain dump. I want you to open up the voice memos app on your phone or wherever you are right now, whatever you're using on your laptop, and just literally spit game. Talk through, if I started from 0, or if somebody else started from 0 right now, how would I get to, or what advice would I give them to get them to, whatever the goal is, step by step, in depth. And just yap. This isn't meant to be some organized SOP or guide. I just want you to pick it up and yap. And then all you need to do, once you finish, is transcribe that voice memo, drop it into AI, turn this into a 4-module in-depth course. Each module needs a title, 3 to 5 lessons, and 1 action item. And there you go. Boom. You've got a perfect setup and ideas for the exact course you need to run without any extra crazy effort. And then for content mining, list the best posts, videos, tweets, and emails that got results. Paste the titles and bullets into AI. Group these 4 into stages: problem, framework, proof, implementation, and suggest module titles and lesson titles for every single stage. All these things mixed together, you are going to have a perfect course outline. Then all you have to do is spit game, finalize it, and there you go, you're done, dusted, ready to move forward. A rule of thumb for the lessons that you're making: 1 module, I would aim for around 3 to 5 lessons. Of course, you can go above that or a little bit below that, but I'm just giving you kind of an average recommendation. Each lesson is 1 big idea, 1 action. If a lesson has 6 ideas, it's 2 lessons, right? We don't want a million different things. Keep it stupid simple. Aim for 10 to 20 minutes per module to start. You can always re-record later once it's printing, so don't be a perfectionist and waste tons of time. Just open up Loom or something similar, and that's it. Record them as rough Looms, no editing, no fancy B-roll. You could literally just open up a Google Doc or whatever, and that's it. Your audience needs clarity, and that's all they need. So start with info dumping. You can literally just put it all into a Google Doc, write the lesson title at the top, and just bullet out what they need to know, what they need to do, common mistakes, then spit game. Very, very simple. Pick a format. Don't overthink it. Google Docs is the simplest, like I've mentioned. Headings, bullet points, perfect if you hate design. If you want to go a little bit more in depth, you can use Miro and Figma, kind of like this video is here, and just sort of draw it out and talk them through it. Boxes, arrows like this video, if you're more visual. And the only other option as well, actually, you can do kind of slide decks, slideshows on Canva, Google Slides. That can be a pretty clean layout too, if you're going more kind of organized and professional, and just sort of click through the slides and explain stuff. Week 2, once you've got that whole thing set up, you need to wire the backend. CRM, automation, scripts. Week 2 is all about the infrastructure. It's all about the systems. So this is where you stop being the content guy and start being a fucking killer, which is what we all want to be. Pick a CRM, high level, HubSpot, Close, whatever. I imagine if you're a beginner or you're just getting into the space, hitting your first 10K a month or whatever it might be, high level is probably your best bet right now. But it doesn't really matter. As long as you can tag people, you can automate emails and SMS, and you can see who booked a fucking call. Set up a basic pipeline so we can see who opted in, who joined the community, engaged, booked, showed, closed. and you can add extra stuff to that for your setter or whatever if you want to. But at a most basic level, here's the kind of opportunities and pipelines that you need. Then build the automations. When someone opts in, send email 1, SMS 1, invite them to the community, and then create a task for the dialer, the setter, to hit them up and speak to them. Day 2 to 5, drip the nurture emails. Obviously, we're sending that initial email first, but after that one, between days 2 to 5, we're dripping the nurture emails, dropping the value, as you can see here, giving value, pushing them with subtle CTAs to get in to that main offer. When they join the community, fire the auto DM, of course. You've got messages like these: when the user joins, the user leaves. When they book, start the reminder sequence, and you need scripts ready. So what the dialer says, the setter says, what the SMS says, and what you say on lives when you pitch. You want to have everything planned out, ready to move. And remember, back-end systems are leverage, and week 2 is where that leverage gets built before moving any further. Don't try and set up the systems like this. Organize it, set it up in order so you know by the end of it, okay, this is perfect, nothing can go wrong, right? If you did it fully perfect from the beginning and you follow this infrastructure. Next, week 3, send traffic and watch where it leaks. Stop fantasizing about when I scale. Get real people through the fucking funnel and see where it breaks. Pick 1 or 2 traffic sources. If you've got an audience, of course, start there. YouTube description, Instagram story, email blast, push traffic to the funnel, because that's what we need. There's no point having a fancy funnel if nobody's going into it. Apply for one-on-one coaching, join my free training, join the day trading blueprint. As you can see, these are all examples of people CTAing to some sort of free training, free community. If you don't have an audience, run a small paid test, $10 to $20 a day even, just to start seeing numbers. And I've just got some examples here of Brez's ads that he's running right now. Super raw talking head. And that's all you need to do. Pull up Meta Ads Library, type in some of your competition, type in your niche name, type in keywords, find other people in your space running ads, find the ones that have been running for the longest, so they're obviously performing pretty well. Go make your own versions of them and rip them, run them to your new free funnel. Bang, you've got a winner. Then once all that's done, you've got leads coming to it, you've got traffic coming to it, everything's working, everything's in place. Track the basics. Out of every 100 visitors, how many are opting in? Out of every 100 opt-ins, how many are actually joining the community? Out of those, how many actually watch something or apply? And out of everybody who's engaged, how many have actually went ahead, applied, and booked a call? You need to know all this data. Find the biggest leak out of all the data that we've just talked about and fix that first. If no one's opting in, the headline or the problem is off. If they opt in but don't join, your hook for the community and the value that they think they're going to get is weak. It's not good enough. If they join but don't talk with you, they don't respond, your messages are dead. And again, they don't see the value in replying. They don't understand the goal of that. And if they engage but they don't book a call, they don't apply, then your call to action is soft. Your offer is just so bad, right? You need to improve your offer, your guarantee, to make sure people want to book a call, they want to apply. Killers iterate. They change shit, they improve it. They don't cry about bad leads. They just patch leaks and keep moving, keep pumping, and keep making cash. Next, week 4, scale what works. We know the data now. We're tracking what works, what doesn't work. We're improving what doesn't. But everything that does, we scale. We multiply touch points. And I don't want you to go ahead and scale a broken funnel. So like I say, we need to wait till it works. Once you're seeing calls and a couple of sales from this, then you slowly bump ad spend, you upload a few new creatives, you test different hooks on the opt-in page, you smash more organic content, you maybe introduce a new platform for content. At the end of the day, we're just pushing more. We're scaling what works. And that's exactly the goal. And now once it is working, you can start layering in more touch points. Retargeting people who opted in but never joined. Retargeting people who joined but never booked. Hammering no-shows with ads, SMS, emails, everything. Also manual calls and texts. Plus, we're going to send one extra weekly email to everybody with a new win, a new clip from the training, a soft invite to book a call. All these things, because now the system's in place, we've got spare time. And with that spare time, we want to be implementing more things that can make us more cash. So why not? That's how this becomes an entire ecosystem, not just some bullshit funnel. You're not relying on one VSL to do all the work, one webinar event you've got to prepare for. It's this ecosystem that's going to work forever, and you just build an attack around it. Every path your prospects take ends up at the same place, a call, which ends up at the same place again, the offer, a payment. You've now got the entire funnel broken down step by step. So if you click off this video now and think about it, nothing changes. While you're rewatching this, someone else is wiring this into their business, their client's business, and stealing your fucking clients. Speed beats perfection. So ship ugly, execute, get paid, scale. If you do want to do what I do and be the guy working behind the scenes, the one building these machines, not just watching breakdowns, and actually get the results like these, the ones I've spoke about today, and these ones I'm going to show you now, like when Luca went from $300 per month to $31,618 in just 16 days, when Zhao went from 0 to $12,749 in just 10 days with a brand new offer, Tyler went from $0 to $39,600 in just 4 days. You need to understand, no one's going to do it for you. So a quick disclaimer here, this shit is not easy. Even though everybody tries to sell you things online and make it all out to be super, super easy, I promise you it isn't. And it's only because they actually use this shit. That's how they got their results. Instead of just sitting around watching videos around it, they actually implemented it and put the work in. So if you want to get to work, get results, and get access to all of my SOPs and assets, for AI and automation, you're going to get plugin Poppy AI SOP templates and pre-made boards for VSLs, offers, emails, content, everything. ChatGPT and Claude project templates and systems for maximize perfect output. Complete pre-built end-to-end workflows that I would show you here, but I can't be biting them out. Sales and conversion assets, done for you setter and closer scripts, done for you sales assets and custom Loom SOPs. Post-booking email and SMS sequences, reminder flows, nurture emails, and a custom VSL script, framework, and swipe files of proven VSLs that I've converted like crazy in the past for my offer and different offers that we work with. Content and marketing, get our full content playbook, hooks, video breakdowns, CTA strategies, content plan templates for consistent omnipresence across everything in the entire content ecosystem. Many chat automations pre-built, for story replies, comment replies, lead capture, everything, and access to a content editor marketplace where we can place you and help you find editors and different team members to work on your team. Team and operations, last but definitely not least here, done for you team Discord setup and Slack setup with preset systems and automations, pre-built hiring funnels, onboarding flows, contracts, and test tasks for setters, closers, SDRs, anybody on the sales team. A sales team marketplace to go alongside the content marketplace where you can hire and be placed with trained reps directly. And we've also got Notion portals and dashboards to manage and set up everything, the entire infrastructure in one place. Not just that, you also get, and I know this is overwhelming, there's so much crazy shit we're giving you, I'm aware, a private Discord channel where you can communicate with me and my team, you and your team, unlimited one-on-one access to me, where you get direct access, one-on-one calls at every single phase, a Loom review system where you can send over any asset or problem, where we record deep feedback looms on funnels, outreach, VSLs, sales scripts, or anything else you want feedback on. A full, complete 15-phase roadmap where we give you every single system and SOP we've used over the past few years to scale info businesses and coaches up. Accountability systems to keep you working so fucking hard to get the results. Daily KPIs tracker, milestone races, public leaderboards, and implementation-based incentives. And then as well as that, obviously, the actual community of it where you can work with all the other killers inside. Weekly group implementation coaching calls, live coaching sessions with me and successful students where we all work together, answer, ask questions, break down our systems, and go through deep dives into everything. If that does sound interesting to you, you want to work with me one-on-one to help you set everything up and scale your business right now, help you get your first client, or help you scale the clients you've already got, or maybe just help you start your coaching business yourself, all you need to do is go ahead and apply below to work with me one-on-one. If you are, however, a coach, creator, or consultant yourself and you want help starting or scaling your info offer right now, or maybe you have an audience and a skill and you want to start coaching, me and my team can do it all done for you. We'll run your entire backend. Funnels, automation, sales team, ads, and more. We're going to build out your complete offer and program. We're going to build out all your funnels and automations. We're going to set up your sales systems and plan and build out all your revenue, cash, content, traffic, and ads. We map it all out. We build it from beginning to end. Everything is handled, done for you. You're going to get access and we're going to manage your full setup through our full ISL process that we use inside the agency that takes you from the onboarding here all the way through all of our in-depth systems to eventually push you out in the scaling engine doing 100k per month to 500k per month, depending on where you're at, your situation, your market, your niche, and everything about you, of course. Let's fucking run it up too. Work with us in outside our agency. Book a discovery call. The link's below to that as well. I appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace the fuck out.